Science of nutrition. Now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes, no pun intended, of weight loss, weight gain, maintaining your weight. If you don't understand nutrition and not do gimmicky things like, keto diets and grapefruit diets and cookie diets, none of those are actual diet programs. All they are fad, short-term programs that do not last. No one's going to keep eating cookies the rest of their life. No one's going to never eat vegetables again. No one's ever going to not eat another potato. So why do a diet that you're not going to continue to do once the weight is off? And what happens to everybody who does these diets is they get to a point where they can't stand it anymore. They're having medical issues with it. It's very hard on the liver. It's very hard on kidneys, a lot of these diets. So what 85% of people who do these diets gain weight back. Matter of fact, 85% of all people who lose weight gain their weight back. And most of it's because no one's actually learning how to eat food, understanding why their bodies hold water, weight, why they hold weight at all, and understanding even what weight is. So this lesson plan, this part of the lesson is going to be extremely important for you to pay attention to. And I'm going to teach you everything you need to know so that when you lose your weight, you don't have to change your diet again. You learn how to eat the foods that are going to keep your weight down, and even the foods you enjoy. I will teach you how to eat those foods. So let's start here. Lesson 1, the diet mindset. Most people, as soon as you talk about diet, they go into a very negative mindset. They, oh my God, I hate dieting. It's always a hate thing. And it's mainly because of them doing weird things. All the diets that people do are very strange. They're not normal. And if you really think about it, in the history of mankind, food has never been an issue. And now it is. It's actually a national crisis. And all we're doing is eating just so we stay alive. But most people don't eat to stay alive. Most people eat to enjoy themselves, to party, to deal with depression, to deal with issues. We don't eat just to stay alive. So because we don't do that anymore, that's why we have all of these weight issues and these obesity issues and coronary disease issues, is because we're not eating to stay alive. We're eating for other reasons, unhealthy ways of eating for other reasons, because you can still eat healthy ways and deal with your depression. You can still do the same thing. It's just what you're eating is causing all the medical issues that we're having. So first of all, I want you to change the way you look at dieting and the way you look at the word diet. I've heard quite a few people say, I don't like the word diet. I don't like using the word diet. And it's just a word. And if you say it to them, you act like you called them something, like another 4-letter word. There's a few 4-letter words no one wants to be called. And they put diet right in there. And it's not because of anything other than their interpretation and how they have made that word basically a dirty word. So I hope I can help you change that, because I don't look at it that way and my clients don't look at it that way. So hopefully you will be my next client that doesn't look at it that way. Healthy, clean diets give you more energy. And the reason that is because when you eat carbs, your insulin level goes up because it has to be secreted to break down those sugars. And the more sugar you eat, the more insulin gets introduced to your body. And insulin slows you down. The more insulin you have floating around your body trying to break down these sugars, the more it slows you down. It slows down your metabolism and it makes you gain weight. And you gain weight because you retain water from the sugars inside the cells. And then your fat cells swell until you become 25, 30 pounds overweight. And then as you keep putting weight on, now you start producing more fat cells. And now we're starting to go into the obesity and morbid obesity area. So once you get over 30 pounds overweight, and overweight is a weird number. A lot of times, you'll hear that the ideal weight. I don't know where they get those numbers from, but, for instance, my ideal weight is 185. Okay, I've been over 250 most of my adult life, and my body fat's 12%, and I've been a professional bodybuilder a lot of that. So I'm obviously not out of shape, and I'm obviously not obese, but according to the chart, I am overweight. So the number is not really, it's really the body fat percentage. It's really the body fat percentage. So it's not really about what you weigh. It's really what is your body fat to muscle ratio, okay? When you have more muscle working for you than body fat on you, you have energy, you burn calories. You actually can eat a little freer because you're burning the calories because the muscle works for you 24 hours a day. Without working out and exercising and building muscle, the only time you burn calories is if you get up and move. And the older you get, the less you move. You know, I played baseball, tennis, racquetball. I played all kinds of sports when I was younger. I don't have the time or the energy to do all of that now. So as a 57-year-old, how do I keep my weight in control? By knowing how to eat and doing exercises, which we'll get into later, that make sense for my age and what I need to stay healthy and stay active. So healthy, clean diets give you more energy. That's number one. So think about that, okay? If I'm gonna eat food that gives me more energy, that's probably a good thing. The next thing that people don't think about is you feel lighter when you eat clean and healthy. You actually feel lighter, okay? Like you don't have a gut. You don't feel heavy when you eat. When I eat meals, and I'll explain this to you too, how to eat, when to eat. We'll get into that later. When I eat meals, I don't stuff myself. I don't overeat. I eat till I'm content and then I stop. And when I'm hungry again, I eat again till I'm content and then I stop, okay? I don't stuff myself ever. That is a very bad habit that we all get into. Now, in the past, people love to tell me that their mother or their father, whoever raised them to clean off their plate, and that's why they do it. That is completely not true. It sounds good. It's a good excuse. But I'm sure there's a lot of things your parents told you to do that you don't do anymore. So why are you acting like this is something that you're going to hang on to, and when it's extremely bad to do? So most people don't overeat because of anything their parents taught them. They overeat because they just enjoy the food. It's pretty simple. It tastes good. I want to keep eating it. That's no problem. And you see it all the time. They'll get up and get seconds. They'll get up and get thirds. That's more than one plate. That's like 2 plates. So it's never about, oh, I fill up my plate and I eat it all. No, you keep going back for more. So it's not what makes people overeat. We overeat because we just enjoy the food. And that's pretty much it. It's that simple. So when you don't overeat, you feel lighter. You're still satisfied when you eat, but you feel a lot lighter. And that's a very, very huge thing when it comes to how you feel when you walk, going places, traveling. You know, if you feel heavy and you feel big, and when you sit in chairs, you don't fit, everything takes way more effort to do when you overeat than when you don't overeat. It also increases the happy endorphins. And one of the reasons is because you're proud of yourself. You know, there is not a person out here listening right now that when you're doing something that you know you should be doing, that's benefiting you, you don't look in the mirror and go, good for you, man. Good for you for doing this. This is something you should be doing, and now you're doing it. Good for you. But when we don't do the things that we're supposed to do, the complete opposite happens. We look in the mirror and we're ashamed of ourselves and we're angry with ourselves. And every time you get angry with yourself, you fall deeper and deeper. Your self-esteem drops. Your insecurities go up. Depression sets in because this is not what you want for yourself. But then you eat when you're depressed. There's a cycle. We call it, I eat because I'm depressed, and I'm depressed, so I eat. It's a cycle. And this is not, everyone has seen it, and a lot of us have done it, okay? So when you eat clean and when you eat healthy, you actually increase the happy endorphins inside you, and you feel good about yourself. And as you lose weight, you feel even better. I'll tell you a story about a young lady I'm working with right now who's went through a rough, found out, her husband wanted a divorce, and I don't want to get into all how bad it was for her, but it was pretty bad how he left her. And we started training the week that this happened. And I told her, look, I'm gonna keep you in a positive mindset. I know what you're going through is really hard. I said, but I'm gonna talk about where we're going and not where you came from. You're gonna hear that from other people in your life, but you're not gonna hear that from me. 2 months into it, she's lost 22 pounds. She feels amazing. She's starting to look amazing. And she's getting over this breakup way faster than she ever would have before. And she told me the other day, she goes, I can't believe I'm almost over this. Like, I feel good. I'm enjoying myself. She goes, I'd have never, before when I broke up with somebody, it lasted like a year or so. And I said, well, I told you, I didn't want you to do what everyone else does. and throw a huge pity party. I want you to get up, stand tall, and get through this, because life doesn't stop because you break up. So what life do you want to have? And I said, so now you see what I mean. And she's having a great time, and I'm super, super proud of her. So some of the things that we don't appreciate from eating healthy and keeping your weight down is having more energy. You feel lighter, so you feel better about yourself because you feel lighter, because your stomach is a little smaller, your clothes are a little bigger, so you can buy smaller clothes that you want to buy, and you also look better in your clothes. And then how happy you feel because you're doing the right thing and you're moving in the right direction. All those things are extremely important as far as self-esteem building and staying on track when it comes to your diet.